go out on a Sunday afternoon to your favorite biker event, and then everything breaks out in chaos. People are shooting, motorcycles are trying to get the hell out of there, and 5 people get hit with gunfire. That's what happened here in Atlanta yesterday. We'll talk about that story and what authorities say happened in just about a minute and 7 seconds after we come back from this brief introduction. So as we have this story here, 2 dead, 3 wounded in a Forest Park, Georgia motorcycle club gathering, as law enforcement has called it. We'll be back in a minute and 7 seconds. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. And for those of you who are on this side of the Dirt Nap, happy Monday to you, and I'm glad you made it through. Back in just a minute.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books, then you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe, and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name is Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, repping Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes. From prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says kick Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books, then you learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe, and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Alrighty then. Well, alrighty then. I'm Black Dragon. Good morning, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. Biker news on Black Dragon Biker News Network that you can use. Biker news you can trust. I'm your I'm Black Dragon, your host, and I have our co-hosts on the show, Lavish T. Williams and Reverend Logic of Keep It Logical, Lavish T. Williams with the Lavish T. Williams Show. Thank you guys so much for coming on my show each day and making it great and far more interesting than if it were just I on here. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning. I just want to know, before we get started and everything like this, and this is going out to you, Black Dragon, but it concerns Logic. Do we, before we start the podcast, I know that we did the intro and everything. Before we get into the discussion, do we start off with a prayer before the discussion, or do we just go straight?
Oh my goodness!
Because I know a lot of
you're picking on somebody other than just me. I'm glad.
I'm just asking because a lot of times people say, before we start, let's start off with a prayer. Let's lead off into a prayer.
The Reverend hadn't asked us, did it? It is best to be on your best behavior when dealing with people of God, though. I'm trying not to get struck down out here, Lavish.
I'm just trying to be the better Christian man that I can be, man.
Let me say this. Let me say this. You should wake up in the morning praying.
See, I knew this was coming.
You should wake up. I send out a prayer when I first get online. Good morning and God bless. And I always say, give God the first part of your day. Once you do that, just go on about your day and just walk in the Spirit of God. Every conversation, you don't have to start off every conversation with prayer unless it's something real, real serious you think you need to pray on.
Like what happened this weekend.
This weekend, when I posted this, I prayed about the situation and their families to myself.
Amazing. And maybe we can do that before Lavish. Maybe he can do that before we get off the show. So there.
Maybe, but now what about the people that different religious? I mean, I'm just
We need
You
to
know-
get some others on.
Yeah.
We need a
Yeah.
rabbi and some stuff too. Looks like
Well, all
we need an
different
imam and some stuff.
all different faiths. It matters not what faith you are. All different faiths believe in the safety of the family. All of them.
Come on, man. Come on.
Amen.
Listen
I
to that
gotta
wise
get-
man speak,
Hey,
man.
we got to get some Christian sound effects, man, and some organ music.
All different faiths.
I don't think we have any of those yet.
Christian sound effects. Is there any such thing?
We need some Christian sound effects. I'm looking right now on my sound effects board for Christian.
I'm not
You
sound
got to
here to
go
make
in
any-
there and get some of that organ music, man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hey man. Seriously though, there was a horrible mishap this weekend, and this is what authorities are saying about it. So we'll go straight first to this video here from Fox 5 News, and we'll move forward from that. Oh, well, not without a commercial. There was no commercial when I first showed this. Here we go.
In Forest Park, a motorcycle gathering heads into gunfire, leaving 5 people shot. 2 of them are dead.
Yeah, the shooting happened yesterday afternoon at a mechanic shop in Forest Park. Good Day's Mark Teigner is live at the Forest Park Police Headquarters with more on this developing story. Mark, good morning.
Yeah, certainly a disturbing situation out there. According to police, when they showed up, it was extremely chaotic, and then they ended up finding all these folks who'd been shot.
We found several victims that had been shot.
Forest Park police called the scene chaotic. Officers responding to a shots fired call around 5 Sunday afternoon showed up to a mechanic shop on Jones Road, finding numerous motorcycles speeding away from the area. After making their way through the large crowd, officers discovered multiple shooting victims.
2 of them are deceased, and 3 are at local hospitals being treated for their injuries.
Paramedics transported one of those victims in critical condition. The other 2 were taken to the hospital in private vehicles. Their conditions aren't known.
It looks to be that it was some type of motorcycle gathering, a party.
2 women who planned to attend showed us a flyer for the event.
We believe that there had to have been some type of altercation, but we're still gathering facts and information.
This is very, very disheartening to our community.
Forest Park Council member Latrice Akins-Wells has lived in the area since she was 4 and can't remember anything this violent ever happening here.
This is heartbreaking for all of us to know that those that aren't from the community are coming in our community committing these types of crimes.
At this point, no arrests have been made. We don't have any information about possible suspect description or a motive. If we do get an update from the folks here at police headquarters, we'll bring that information to you right away. Reporting live from Forest Park, I'm Mark Teichner for Good Day Atlanta.
Okay, Mark, we appreciate it.
Okay, so from that story, say there's 2 people dead, 3 others are injured. Oh, what the hell? Stop that. Three are injured. 2 people are dead. So we've lost 2 brothers. Two. I believe they were men. We've lost 2 men who had families. They're gone, and they're not here today. So I hope that was worth it. More than half a day after the shooting, police say they don't have any suspects in custody, although they are looking for someone. We'll get to that story here in just a second. When the police got there, they said shots were fired and people were leaving there in just a melee. Let's go to this story here. This was from last night. So this story was updated just 4 hours ago. This happened at about 5 p.m. last night. I started getting the first calls on it maybe around 5:45 or something like that, 6 o'clock. I was in the movies watching Sinners, and
Hey, I was too. I was at the movies watching that as well.
yeah, great movie. Wasn't that a good movie? Dang.
Well, I have my opinions on it.
Oh, really? We'll have to talk about that. I thought it was a great movie.
I mean, it was a great movie. It was. I did not know that it was about some type of
Yeah.
vampires and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that even if they did the movie and they left the vampire things out, it would have been a great movie. I thought it was just a great movie. I thought it was about a movie of people coming into a town, throwing this gathering, this event.
That would have been a great movie too.
That would have been a great movie. So, by me not being a sci-fi guy, man, and all that other stuff, it kind of threw me off. I don't, but it was still a good movie.
The second they said, "May we come in?" Vampire people know. Hey, they just asked for permission to come in. Those are vampires. Anyway,
that's a vampire thing.
That's a demonic. That's a demonic thing.
A demonic thing. You have to invite Satan in.
Oh, I never knew that.
We'll get back to that.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No,
we'll get back to it. Manhunt underway. So hold on. Let's do this one. Okay, so this was last night. This was last night, or early this morning. This was about 2:00 this morning that I saw this one. So they say there's a search for a guy, and they put his picture up. So tragic shooting at Forest Park motorcycle gathering leaves 2 dead and 3 injured. Authorities search for a suspect named Justin Miles. Now, as you guys are listening to this and we're reading this, you will notice that the police don't have a whole lot of information about this. Tragic shooting at Forest Park motorcycle gathering leaves 2 dead in the peaceful surroundings of Forest Park, Georgia. And if you've never been to Forest Park, it is very beautiful. It's an older, I would say mostly African-American neighborhood, but it's a really, really beautiful, peaceful place. Forest Park really is kind of like the name. And a lot of people go there to do things, and it's just really a nice, I like being over there. But Forest Park, Georgia, and it's kind of like the old, I think of it kind of like old school, where Black folks are hanging out at the park and doing all kinds of cool things and barbecuing and stuff. That's what I always think about when I'm thinking about being over there. So on Sunday, April 27, 2025, that was yesterday, which was my mother's birthday, as a matter of fact, a tragic incident unfolded that would leave 2 men dead and 3 others injured. The incident occurred around 5 p.m. at a motorcycle gathering held near 5246 Jones Road, close to Old Dixie Highway. What initially seemed like an innocent and enjoyable gathering of motorcyclists quickly spiraled into a scene of chaos and bloodshed, unfortunately, with multiple gunshots ringing out and leaving behind the community in shock. Authorities have now launched a manhunt for a 25-year-old man named Justin Miles, who was wanted for his alleged involvement in the deadly shooting. The shooting occurred during a gathering that, according to eyewitness accounts, was peaceful up until the moment tensions began to rise. Despite this, the situation quickly deteriorated as a confrontation or argument among individuals at the event escalated into violence. As gunshots rang out, multiple people were struck by bullets, and 2 men tragically lost their lives. So it was 2 men, 2 fathers or sons or brothers or uncles or best friends, or maybe even club brothers. 2 of them no longer with us. Gone. GOWN. Gone. And, our lives have to matter. Our lives have to matter to us. In addition to the fatalities, 3 other victims sustained injuries and were rushed to nearby hospitals for treatment. The identities of both the deceased and the injured have not yet been released by authorities, although there is widespread concern about the devastating impact of the incident on those affected, as well as the broader community. So there is concern that this is going to spill over, and there's going to be things that occur because of this. The shooting from a peaceful gathering to a deadly, from a peaceful gathering to a deadly confrontation. Motorcycle gatherings are typically seen as events where individuals come together to celebrate their love of motorcycling, enjoying camaraderie, and sharing in their possession for a passion for the open road. For many in Forest Park, the event on April 27th was expected to be no different. However, the afternoon took a dark turn when tensions among some of the attendees reportedly reached a boiling point. While full details of what transpired before the violence are still under investigation, sources suggest that a verbal altercation between 2 or more individuals led to an escalation that culminated not in fisticuffs, but gunfires, which is what we seem to only be able to do these days, is shoot each other rather than, a good old knockdown, drag out. Those days seem to be gone. Eyewitnesses to the incident described the scene as chaotic, with the violence erupting suddenly and without warning. Attendees who were once enjoying the gathering now found themselves in a life or death situation as multiple shots rang out in quick succession. Bang, 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 bang. Panic spread quickly among the crowd as people scrambled for cover, while others attempted to help the victims who had already been struck by the gunfire. The sounds of gunshots were heard by several individuals in the area, with some even fleeing the scene in fear of their lives. And I want you to remember that in the news report, they said extensive efforts were made to keep people alive. So, that means CPR and everything that they could do. When the gunfire finally stopped, 2 men were found dead at the scene from their injuries. The specific circumstances surrounding their deaths remain unclear, as the investigation is still ongoing. Authorities have yet to publicly release the identities of the victims, but law enforcement has confirmed that both men were adult males. In addition to the 2 fatalities, 3 others were wounded in the shooting and rushed to nearby hospitals for emergency care. The exact extent of their injuries is not yet known, and authorities have not disclosed their current conditions. The suspect, a man by the name of Justin Miles, is wanted for questioning. As the investigation unfolded, law enforcement quickly turned their attention to a person of interest in the case. Justin Miles, a 25-year-old male with ties to the local motorcycle community. Miles, who is described by authorities as a frequent attendee at motorcycle events in and around the Forest Park area, is considered the prime suspect in the shooting. Investigators believe that Miles was involved in the altercation that led to the deadly confrontation. However, the exact role he played in the shooting remains unclear. At the time of the shooting, Miles was reportedly seen in the area of the gathering. Witnesses have indicated that he may be involved in an argument or dispute that escalated into violence. Law enforcement officials have issued an urgent appeal for information regarding his whereabouts, warning the public that Miles is considered by them to be armed and dangerous. Authorities have emphasized the importance of locating him as soon as possible to prevent any further harm to the community. The Forest Park Police Department, in cooperation with local law enforcement agencies, has launched a massive manhunt to track down Miles and bring him into custody. Officers have been combing through the area and speaking with witnesses in an effort to gather more information about his movements in the hours after the shooting. In addition, investigators are examining security footage from the scene, hoping that it will provide valuable clues about the events that transpired before, during, and after the shooting. So they are combing through, clawing through every single CCTV camera and Ring doorbell camera there is in the whole neighborhood. You'll get a phone call or something like that requesting that you submit your Ring camera footage, and if they don't get it, a lot of times they'll actually go to court and serve you with a warrant for your Ring doorbell camera.
Really?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So your safety and your privacy is you can go to court for not sharing your safety and your privacy.
Well, I
some
mean,
of them they try to subpoena you. I've seen it. Some of them, they try to subpoena you.
I meant subpoena. Thank you.
And then I guess it depends on what city. I don't know, man. I done seen and had stories of people where the police, I don't want to say bust down their doors, but came and, hey, we got to take your DVR and all this stuff. But I didn't had a call where, they wanted to come out to my place to, they asked, could they, view my camera footage, and I declined.
Oh, they let you decline?
Yeah, man, listen, man. And I don't know if different crimes got a different severity to it or not. I can't really, speak on that because I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't, free. I didn't have no idea of what happened. It happened outside the building after I was closed. And I didn't even know anything about it until, they called. No, you can't see it. But then after that, thanks for the heads up. Just in case they do something, let me delete everything.
Now that you're running for police commissioner, you'll be the one enforcing the subpoenas. Hey.
Well, no, that's a different job description. But You know, police still have to do their police work. You know, police is only as good as their best informant.
True.
So, you
In
know,
a lot of
they-
cases. And they don't need
gotta do
informants
they-
now. They just need your Ring camera. And we'll take it from there. The shooting, okay, a community in mourning, shock and disbelief. The shooting has left the community of Forest Park in shock, and I can imagine that it probably did. For many, the event was unthinkable. An otherwise peaceful gathering that devolved into a senseless act of violence. The loss of 2 lives and the injury of 3 others have sent ripples of grief and disbelief through the area, leaving both residents and witnesses struggling to come to terms with what happened. Many people who attended the gathering spoke of how the event was meant to be a time for fun, connection, and shared interest. If you notice the flyer that they showed, that flyer is a flyer of all the events that are happening in the motorcycle community. It was one event listed after another on various Sundays that people were attending. So the folks that attend those things are very happy to go. It's food and joyful camaraderie and communion and fellowship. So you can absolutely imagine that nobody was expecting such a thing. The loss of 2 lives and injury of 3 others have sent ripples of grief and disbelief through the area, leaving both residents and witnesses struggling to come to terms with what happened. Many people who attended the gathering spoke of how the event was meant to be a time for fun, connection, and shared interests. Instead, they now find themselves reeling from the violence that shattered what would have been an enjoyable day. And, you know, I would warn people out there I would advise you, if you need to seek mental health counseling if you've been affected in such a way. Things like that can cause post-traumatic stress disorder. You don't have to be at war for that. You don't have to be in a gang war. You don't have to be in Vietnam or Southeast Asia or Afghanistan. You can just be in a situation where you expected things to go one way and then they tragically turn another way, and that can affect you, and it can affect your mental health. So if you are feeling just completely overwhelmed by this is normal, and it is not abnormal to seek someone to talk to, a preacher, counselor. Your job, many people, your jobs have support systems. If you've got decent insurance or you work at a decent place, they have counselors and stuff that you can go to and see people to help you get over something like this. If this was a school or something like that, they would make counselors available for you. So we recognize mental health here, and because many of us that come on my show are veterans, and many of us have been affected by PTSD. So absolutely keep that in mind. And if you know someone that needs that and may have experienced this situation, please keep them close. So instead, they find themselves reeling from the violence that shattered what should have been an enjoyable day. Some have expressed fear and confusion, which is normal, especially for PTSD and depression. So they have expressed fear and confusion about how such an incident could happen in an otherwise peaceful community, while others have criticized the ease with which tensions turned into gun violence. So, yeah, in the aftermath of the tragedy, residents have come together to offer support to the victims' families and to mourn the loss of those who died. While details about the identities of the deceased remain withheld, there is a collective sense of sorrow and a shared desire to see justice served. Community leaders have urged residents to remain vigilant and to report any information that they may have about the suspect, Justin Miles, to authorities. I want to point out, though, the authorities have not really formulated what they believed has really happened. And so, you know, you can't make any assumptions on who has done what or whatever. At this point, they're looking for someone. And of course, the police are not going to tell you at this point everything that they know, but this is what they have put out there. The ongoing investigation, questions and challenges. As law enforcement agencies continue to search for this man called Justin Miles. Questions remain about the motives behind the shooting and the chain of events that led to such a tragedy. While it is believed that an argument or altercation sparked the violence, the specific details of what caused tensions to boil over remain unclear. Investigators are working tirelessly to piece together the events leading up to the shooting, hoping that eyewitnesses, testimony, security footage, and other evidence will shed light on the incident. One of the primary challenges investigators face is piecing together the sequence of events, as many of the individuals who witnessed the shooting have been left traumatized by the violence. Some witnesses have been reluctant to come forward, of course, as would always happen in a thing like this, and fearing retribution or other consequences for speaking out. It's not going to be really easy to get the biker community to speak out about anything. Law enforcement has been working to ensure that those who have information about the shooting can do so in a safe and confidential manner. So they're working their sources and they're trying to get informants, and they're trying to do everything that they can because this is a community that really doesn't speak out a lot about the inner details of the secret society of bikers. Additionally, authorities are focusing on the potential connection between Justin Miles and the other individuals involved in the altercation. Law enforcement is examining Miles' history, his previous involvement in motorcycle events, and his interactions with the victims. They are also trying to determine if there is any link between the shooting and organized crime or gang activity, although there has been no confirmation of such a connection at this time. So they haven't made a connection to any kind of groups at this point. Law enforcement urges public cooperation. In an effort to locate Justin Miles, the Forest Park Police Department has called upon the public for assistance. Authorities are urging anyone with information about Miles' whereabouts or his actions before and after the shooting to come forward. A tip line has been set up, and the police have promised confidentiality for those who provide information. Probably if that doesn't turn up anything, they'll start to also include financial rewards. We are committed to bringing justice to the victims and their families, said Forest Park Police Chief Thomas Williams in a statement. We saw his picture in the video. We are doing everything in our power to track down Justin Miles and ensure he's held accountable for his actions. We ask the public to remain vigilant and to report any tips that could help us in our search. The police department has also stated they are working closely with neighboring law enforcement agencies, including the GBI, which is the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. So they're calling in the big boys of the state to follow up on leads and conduct a thorough investigation. They have emphasized that no stone will be left unturned in their pursuit of justice. So they're calling in the dogs. A call for peace and accountability. So there's a call for peace here and accountability. As the investigation continues, the people of Forest Park have been left with a profound sense of loss and a desire for answers. The tragic events of April 27 have underscored the importance of community safety and the need for peace in the face of conflict. Many have called for greater focus on preventing violence and ensuring the events like this do not happen again in the future. And I'm not sure preventing violence and ensuring that events like this do not happen in the future. Does that mean they want to prevent bikers from holding events? Because that's normally what happens after things like this. Community leaders have expressed their condolences to the victims' families and have vowed to support efforts to reduce violence in the area. In the wake of the shooting, there have been discussions about the role of law enforcement in preventing such incidents and importance of building trust between the police and the community. So what you see that normally comes after this, in my 36 years of experience in this, when community leaders have expressed that they want to know what the police could have done, this means that further events are going to be heavily policed, and not policed with the idea of providing policing, but policed with the idea of intimidation and making it where you don't want to come back anymore, and that where you're not welcome. That's typically what you see after this. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. Conclusion: the road ahead. As authorities continue to search for Justin Miles and gather more information about the shooting, the Forest Park community is left grappling with the aftermath of a senseless tragedy. With the investigation ongoing and the suspect still at large, there is a sense of uncertainty about what will happen next. However, there is also a shared hope that justice will be served and that families of the victims will find some measure of closure in the days to come. The tragic events of April 27, 2025 have left a permanent scar on the Forest Park community, and the road to healing will undoubtedly be long. But as the search for Justin Miles continues, the desire for justice and accountability remains at the forefront of the community's collective mind. And this article, a well-written article, was written. It doesn't say who the writer was, but this is a page called Viral News, and I'm not sure who the heck they are. But that was their story. This is another story. So the man, this was all last night, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I was looking at this stuff. So again, they've named this person Justin Miles, and yet another story. This is from the Chronicle, and they say the community is reeling. They gave the actual address in this story, 5246 Jones Road, close to Old Dixie Highway, at approximately 5 p.m. on April 27th, according to the Forest Park Police Department. They say there is a suspect wanted in connection to the deadly shooting. Their details of the incident said police said that multiple shots were fired in what they believe may have been a dispute among individuals at the gathering. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a grisly situation. 2 people were pronounced dead at the scene. And, typically they don't like to pronounce you dead at the scene. They like to have the ambulance take you in and have a doctor pronounce you. And so if they're pronouncing you dead at the scene, then it is really obvious that you're really dead. 3 others were rushed to nearby hospitals. As we know, they were rushed in private cars. Authorities have not yet released the identities. Witnesses described a terrifying scene with dozens of motorcycles and attendees scattering as the sounds of gunfire filled the air. Someone said it was supposed to be just a normal meetup, said one witness who asked not to be named. Then suddenly everyone was running and screaming. It was chaos. Investigators quickly identified this one man, Justin Miles, as the prime suspect in the shooting. Police have also issued active warrants for his arrest and are urging the public to be cautious of him. They consider him armed and dangerous. Forest Park Chief Nathaniel Clark spoke to media late Sunday night, emphasizing the urgency of the situation. We're doing everything in our power to locate and apprehend Mr. Miles, the chief said. We ask anyone with information about his whereabouts to come forward immediately. He poses a significant threat to the community. Authorities have not yet disclosed the motive behind the shooting, but indicated that it may have stemmed from an argument. And so, dang, you wonder if liquor was involved or what made the argument so bad.
Man, I'm thinking that it got to do with a woman.
Isn't that always it?
I mean, that's just, hey, listen, I'm not putting it out there saying that's what it was. That's just my uneducated guess.
You wouldn't be, it wouldn't be the first time. The shooting has left residents of Forest Park and the broader Clayton community, or Clayton County. And just so you know, Clayton County is not the place for that. Clayton County cops are hardcore, bro. Them and Forsyth, is Forsyth Park or something? Forsyth. I'm never down there. I'm never down there. Clayton County, them cops don't be playing down there. Them some good old country boys down there. They ain't messing around with y'all. And black country boys too. Ain't nobody playing down in Clayton County. You don't really mess around down there. They can be real tough on bikers, and they have been throughout the years. So Clayton County area is shaken as motorcycle gatherings in the region are typically peaceful events enjoyed by many in the community. And the reason they're peaceful is because them cops don't be messing around down there. City leaders expressed condolences to the victims' families and vowed to increase public safety measures to prevent further violence. So there you go. That's the shot heard across the bow. City leaders expressed condolences and vow to increase public safety measures. There's the hint. The senseless tragedy has stolen lives and shattered families, said Mayor Angeline Butler. So this is the first time we've heard from the mayor in these articles. We must come together as a community and support the efforts to bring justice to those affected. Counseling services are being made available. There you go. That's great, man. They're actually making. We talked about that a few minutes ago. That's really cool. Counseling services are being made available to witnesses and community members traumatized by the event. That is so important because some people are going to be truly messed up by this. And I've been to so many of these things in my life, and so many of these shootings have occurred over the past 36 years. I would say that it doesn't bother me so much anymore, but somebody that's the first time there, I remember when I took Tia and her daughters to one thing here in Georgia, and they got to shooting, and she was looking at me crazy as hell after that. Ongoing investigation. The Forest Park Police Department is working closely with Clayton County Sheriff's Office, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and other federal agencies to locate Miles and piece together the full circumstances of the shooting. They are asking anyone who may have video footage, there you go, photographs, there you go, or any information from the event to contact authorities immediately. And you can damn well better believe that they're getting that video footage right in. And I'm sure people were there with video cameras because that's the way they do these things. And I keep telling folks, whatever you're doing out there, somebody's going to be out there with a video camera. So those videos can be coming in, and they'll be coming to the social media content providers as well. Lavish, watch closely. You may see things start to hit your account. Tips can be provided anonymously, and you too, Logic. Tips can be provided anonymously by calling Crime Stoppers Greater Atlanta at 44577-TIPS. So Crime Stoppers has gotten into the fray. So what's next? The manhunt for Justin Miles continues. Authorities are maintaining a strong police presence in the area and have increased patrols in the neighborhoods near the shooting scene. This remains a developing story, and updates will be provided as new information becomes available. For latest developments, stay tuned to local news outlets and the Forest Park Police. And they did release, I had it here somewhere. The Forest Park Police did release a thing. They released a thing, and I'm not sure. I can't find it right now, but they did release a press release, and the press release was the same thing as everybody else's press release that we've just read. So that's what's going on with that. And that's the story this morning that is going on.
So I want to say something, capitalize on something you had already said, and that's about the counseling. And that's that is very important for anybody and everyone that is ever, hopefully you never are, but ever involved in the stuff like this and everything. I myself do a lot of counseling, not just in the church. I do it in the community around motorcycle clubs. You know, people pull me on the side and want to talk, and I direct them. And when it gets serious enough, I direct them to our services. I'm part of my VP of my motorcycle ministry. He has a company, his wife and everything. It's called Healing Thine Heart, and we're nothing but a set of counselors. We tell people, come over here. I do particularly grief counseling.
Mm-hmm.
So that is very important. That's great that Black Dragon, that you emphasize that. We all need counseling. I actually suffered through PTSD because of the bombings I was involved in when I was stationed overseas. So yeah, that's the first thing I want to say. I wanted to bring that up before I forgot.
Yeah, I'm a PTSD survivor as well. I was shot while I was in the military, so yeah, it can be hell. But you have some. If somebody can call you if they're watching and they needed to talk.
They can contact me. I can do personally. I counsel people all the time. But I can on a short time basis, I can counsel. I'll counsel people. They just want somebody just to talk to. Yeah, they can contact me at any time. Now, if it's long term, you can contact my service.
What number can they contact you at?
214.
214.
One second. I don't. That's not the number.
No, that's the number.
No,
No, give
no,
us
no,
that
no.
number. That's the number. That's the
No,
one I'd be calling.
that's not. Yeah, that's the one you call. That's not the council.
What's? Let's give them the 214 number.
That's I don't even know the other number.
Well, here's my number. Here's my number.
Nobody want to call you.
Lines are open. 313-889-2747.
Yeah, call
How you feel
that.
about this?
Yeah, right.
What are
Call
your
that
thoughts?
before,
Voice your opinion on this.
I just because Logic ain't have his stuff. I got
Yeah,
mine
call you.
on-
Okay, you
on-
want to get
on speed dial.
call my number. Here,
I
look here. Look here.
I
Call
know.
214-966-3113. Let me show you something else as well. Let me share. Can I share something?
Yeah, share something. Hold on, let me turn it on for you.
Okay.
I got to get it to where you can control the screen.
See, I don't have that. Logic been here a week and he got all kinds of
You
access.
don't
to
want it.
stuff.
You've never tried to share the screen.
Man, I can't send cool stuff. I got
You're
cool
using-
stuff. I can't
you're
show you this
using-
cool stuff.
You're using
go ahead and
Apple
bring that up.
products.
Go ahead and
You're
bring that
using Apple products, man. If you need to come on over to these things. Oh, look at this. I didn't know you were a doctor.
See, there's a lot of things people don't know about me.
I didn't know you were like a doctor. Dang. We got a doctor? Oh, hell. We got a doctor and a funeral home director. Damn.
See, hey. But this is our grief. This is our grief counseling for long-term thing. Because I do long-term grief counseling for families and everything. And grief is not just death. Grief
Look
can
at
be over
you.
anything
You
like
all
tragic
clean and
events.
stuff. You look like a priest or something.
But, yeah,
Wow.
sometimes I clean up.
Wow, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm like, dang, okay. I don't want to get in no trouble. Amen. We
But
got
yeah,
these-
so you can go there
stuff
for
here.
long term, or if you just wanted to talk, y'all can
So
call.
give
Y'all
us
can call live.
drop
Hit
the
me
link
up.
in the description, please, in the box over there in the chat box. The link.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always prepared. I'll stop sharing that now. I just wanted to show it to you.
Wow, that's amazing. So, area focus counselors specialize for my listening audience. This is Lavish or Logic.
Not lavish.
Logic. This is Logic.
He said
Dr.
that quick,
Daryl O'Turner. Dr. Daryl O'Turner. O'Turner. What is the O for?
O.
Oscar?
Oh,
You're not going to tell us what the O is
No.
for, man.
tell nobody my middle name.
Oscar? Olivente? Olivander?
Oliver.
Oliver? Come on, man. What's the... Okay, fine. He doesn't wanna let us-
Otagus.
Otagus. Octavius? Dr. Daryl O. Turner has been the dedicated pastor of Solomon's Porch Church for 15 years. His journey began as the director of outreach functions, where he spoke at drug and alcoholic rehabilitation centers and served the homeless in the streets and shelters, just like Jesus. Dang! Go ahead, man. With a heart for the hurting, he specializes in grief counseling, understanding that there are many different ways a person grieves, but only the Spirit of God can help in all ways. When seeking a grief counselor, prioritize empathy, spiritual connection, and safe space to express their emotions. Dr. Turner is an experienced Kempo karate instructor. What? Oh, you're just full of stuff here. And finds joy in riding motorcycles with his
So-
motorcycle ministry.
This
I
would be
know.
good, man. The Black Dragon, the only national P with a black belt, and Logic. Listen.
What are you
I
trying
got
to
a
do?
black. I got a black belt too. I got two. I got second degree black
I
belt.
get all that, but this is what I'm saying. Mr. Aggressor. I got 2 black belts. Well, Dragon got a black belt, so with all this black beltness stuff going on, let's see who's the most talented taekwondo karate expert.
I'm 62 now.
What they got to do with anything? Look at
I-
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi couldn't fight, man. You didn't see him fight anybody in those movies. Did he fight somebody in those movies?
Listen,
Yeah.
the
He
train-
did a
He
wax
just
on,
beat up
wax
on the
off
little-
thing. Yeah, that wasn't the same.
No. Don't get off of the subject, sir. How about
I'm not
challenging
fighting
to a
minister.
duel?
No, I'm not fighting the pastor, Dr. Daryl O'Turner. Daryl
Our
Octavius Turner.
to understand different martial arts. A lot of martial arts you can do in competition. You can't do Kempo in competition.
No,
All
because
of our
it's
moves
too
are deadly.
brutal. Kempo's too brutal to do in competition.
All of our moves are deadly. We're breaking backs, ripping your throat out.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
Man, that stuff sound good. How many backs you
don't
broke?
play with Kempo. Kempo's
Well, I don't broke a nose. I fractured, not my nose, somebody else's nose. I
Yeah,
have broken
let me hear
nose.
this.
I have fractured a shoulder. I've had my shoulder pulled out a joint. Yeah.
So now this is getting good. This is getting good, Pastor. What prompted you to breaking a nose?
He didn't
Because you
block.
can't lie. You can't lie.
He didn't block. He didn't block.
So was this a friendly fight or was this a?
This was training.
Okay, because I know you just said that we can't.
This was training. This was training.
This was training.
If you don't know how to block, you're gonna get hurt in training.
So after you broke his nose, the moment after you did that, were you apologetic?
I asked him why he didn't block.
But were you apologetic?
After I asked him why he didn't block.
Now, when you left out the room and he wasn't there, did you give yourself like a, man, dang, that was a good hit?
I taught the class. If you don't block, you get hurt. This is on the mat. The move is not. Nothing is completed until the person.
Lavish is baiting you, man.
No, I'm not baiting. Listen, here go the thing. I might accidentally hit somebody, right? But I'm gonna still be like, I got a good hit in. That was good. I got to try that again.
Let me tell you what my professor used to tell people when he introduced me. He says, "This is the only pastor in our school. He will pray for you and he will break you up, and then he'll pray for you again."
There you go. Amen.
So them outlaws got to watch out for you, man. You might be a little dangerous.
But he's a preacher. What's he gonna do?
I don't know, man. He's still a man.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that with us, Logic. Somebody asked what clubs were involved. The police have not named any clubs yet. So no news articles have named any clubs yet. So we're waiting to see if that occurs if they get to that point. And so let's see what else. What other questions do we have? News articles,
look at Bolo. Bolo said, "Lavish. The difference is Logic rides his motorcycle."
I saw that, and I'm not participating in that. So anyway, we want to urge peace and we want to urge reconciliation, and we want to urge calm and cool minds going on right now. We've seen several big clubs. People always say, Black Dragon, you never talk about the black clubs. I talked about the Soul Brothers and Outkast a couple of weeks ago, or 3 or 4 weeks ago. I talk about the clubs. I talk about all the clubs the same. Black Dragon never talks about the black clubs. So, but we have noticed that a lot of the clubs that have been getting into it, like lately, the Mongos and the Vagos, they got to the table real quick. The Soul Brothers and Outkast got to the table real quick. So we're hoping some, if this is motorcycle club related, we want to see, we hope that there's some peace and that folks get to some tables. Whatever this is going on, we'll learn more about it. And as the stories come out, we will read the stories, because that's what we do. As the stories come out, we'll be reading them.
All right, so I want to go back to Logic though, man, about this nose breaking.
Okay, so that's the story this morning. Those of you who have checked in for the story, that is the story, and we can move on to other things now, like the movie.
Hold on. Before we go, let's talk about this nose breaking. So Logic, one more, because you say in training, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Did you see that as an opportunity for was that a teachable moment at that particular time?
Yes, absolutely.
I want to break his nose so he'll know for next time.
No. It's like when I teach the kids and the parents be like, "Oh yeah, he's great."
Was this a kid?
Great. No. This was another black belt. No, I'm just saying when I teach the kids, I turn around and I tell the parents, let me let you understand what I'm teaching your children because they think it's cute. Kempo is not cute.
No, Kempo is a devil.
Taekwondo is cute. I can kick high and da da da. Kempo's not cute. I'm not kicking no higher than your waist. I'm just gonna bust your knee out. That's it. I don't. I can kick high, but I don't. We teach stuff. I'm from the hood, so my style. When I bring it into my style, Kempo calmed me down. Karate calmed me down. It gave me an outlet, and so I went into Kempo, or I went into some of the more aggressive martial arts because I needed that to calm me down. Because all I used to do is fight.
But you was a bad man.
I was a bad individual. I wouldn't say bad man.
Just like you, Lavish. Just like you.
No, I'm just listening to him talking about the fighting thing. You was like a
so in Kempo, I wish I had videos. I can show you some of the videos I did in class. In Kempo, you know, everybody practiced. Here's the right punch, left punch, I saw that and I'm like, okay. So in the street, ain't nobody gonna tell you I'm gonna punch you with the right hand. So we practice box. I tell people, let's go practice some boxing. I'm gonna shoot a front jab at you. Block it with your Kempo skill set. If you can't, don't go out in the street think you can fight because somebody's gonna bring your hat to you. And that's what a lot of people, when they get in martial arts, do. They get in martial arts. Oh, I got a brown belt, and they go on the streets and get beat down.
Yeah, I know. Because I done seen a lot of them martial art guys get beat down. I'd be like, man, all that training, and you let this guy just toss you around like that. So where did the training come? What was the training? What was the training for? Because I've seen maybe two fights with somebody that did all that special type of training. Actually, beat someone. But I just seen more. I'm a martial art kickboxer, got the ass kicked real good, man. I'm like, dog, man, you ain't putting none of them moves.
There are some people that have never, and I'm not condoning fighting, but I'm just talking about from history, and y'all from the streets. Listen, there's a lot of people that go into martial arts and stuff like that has never been into a fight, so they think they can get on the mat, learn something, and then with the wrong mindset, go back into the street. For instance, I was in a room with a bunch of black belts. And we got knife defense. I teach knife defense. I like up close and personal. Knife defense, gun defense. And I told them the only reason that gun defense works is if I don't want to shoot you. They had no clue what I was talking about. So we got on the mat. I took the toy knife. I said, do your defense. Boom, 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 threw me to the ground. Boom, 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 threw me to the ground. I said, okay, now let's do it one more time. They said, okay. I said, you ready? I said, yeah. I said, bam. They said, wait a minute, what? Wait. I said, that's the key. Your defense only works if I really don't want to shoot you. But that mindset is not there unless it's taught. You got to teach that. Then what I teach people, if somebody stick you up with a gun, I don't care if you're a 10th degree black belt. Somebody got a gun, give them your wallet.
That's right.
I can teach you all this defense. If somebody got a gun to your head, I don't care if you know the move, give them your wallet. Survive. Plain and simple.
Thank you, Carney's Ride, for getting that membership from us, 6-month membership. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. You guys consider getting our memberships from us. Hey, you know what, Reverend? I like everything you're talking about.
See, I got to look into that stuff, man. I tried to do that MMA stuff, man. Just, long time ago, at one point, before everything got so popular, all this stuff was affordable.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen the prices of this stuff, man. Hey, it's all expensive, man. Even the gym memberships to go to the boxing gyms, man, then went up, tremendously, man. It's like, God, dog, man, how much, man, per month? And don't even talk about a year membership, man. It's in the, 1,000 plus.
Expensive. It is.
Bucks for that.
And those things are springing up all over the place. I saw one, they took an old shopping center and put one of those workout places in it. And I thought, ain't nobody going to come over to work out. That thing got the whole parking lot is full with folks in there. So,
I mean, I don't know, because I see a lot of them, they popping up around here too as well. But it kind of makes me wonder where's a good, a good place to go. Because you talk to one person and they be like, oh yeah, them guys. Yeah. And I follow the people that actually do competition. That's how I kind of keep up with, who's serious about doing it. Because the guys, if I say, hey, what about the guys over here at this gym? They'll say, yeah, they got some cool fighters. They got about, two or three fighters over there. And once, you talk to the gyms that actually know about this gym and that gym, and, they circulate like, yeah, they got a guy over there, man, we've been training to go against it. And it's like, oh, okay, so this gym and this gym, there's somebody of something on the competition level. That's what I be looking at on the competition level. I be feeling, and I could be wrong, I be feeling like if you take a guy like Lavish that knows how to do this, did his own training to do a black belt, I feel like a lot of people, and I'm not knocking them, they have, aspirations to get their own gym, and they're only getting it based off of what they were taught by someone.
Mm-hmm.
And it just don't be as effective as the gyms that have multiple people in there that was trained by someone, and now they're teaching and training. Because you're only going to learn, like if Logic says, hey, I'm going to open up a gym with the knowledge that I know, I'm only learning everything from just him. And it's 10 different people that was taught 10 different ways at a bigger gym that's incorporating all that.
You're learning in a system like Kenpo. The basics should all be the basic katas and stuff. Everybody learns. So it should be, if it's a recognized system and they're part of the union or whatever the case may be, the education is going to be pretty standard from dojo to dojo, or it should be in any event. You should get a fairly standard education, and some instructors will be better than most, but you should be able to go to any Kenpo dojo and do the and be competent in each one based on your level of training. Should be like that.
Let's talk about motorcycling.
Yeah, somebody was.
I had a great weekend.
Vernon said he had a great weekend.
Vernon was there. Yeah, he was at Ocean City. I saw y'all picture
at the 10th annual Men and Women Who Love to Ride Motorcycles. Isn't that
I've been there twice. I've been there twice.
Facebook page, isn't it?
Well, it started. I'm gonna say it like this from what I know. It started as a Facebook group, but then when they started meeting 10 years ago, they went out to Ocean City. I think I went the second and third, or the third and fourth year. The second time I went, they allowed me to preach out there. It was a great time. So yeah, it's a good event. It's a good event.
Yeah, I just saw that video, but Black Dragon, I can't pull it at this second. It'd take me a while to find it. Meet Jeet Kune Do Sifu wanted to train. My Jeet Kune Do Sifu wanted to train at other schools and share what we learned at our meetings.
Yeah.
Are there Jeet Kune Do Sifus? Like Jeet Kune Do I saw it in a book. I know Bruce Lee taught it. I don't know if.
Oh yeah, he got schools open.
If it remained a thing.
Oh, there is. So there's two here.
It was the first like mixed martial arts that was really out there. That had any. It was the beginning, I would say, of this whole this whole MMA thing. Bruce Lee was on it in the 60s. He realized that you needed to be able to play on the ground as well as kick and punch and throw blows. I've met Danny Inosanto many times. He hell of a practitioner, Calvin.
Yeah,
hell of a practitioner.
He had a seminar here in Dallas, I believe, last year. It had to be last year, and I was going to go and I missed it.
He's still out there doing his thing? Damn.
I don't know if he was actually, he probably was teaching because it was his seminar. So
Danny Inosanto, Superfoot Bill Wallace, Benny Uriquides, Joe, dang. Oh, what was Joe's name? I remember all those guys, man. All those guys. Chuck Norris. I met him several times. Back in the day, man. Back in the day. Chuck Norris used to come to our school out in Oklahoma City and Del City, actually. And Tom Haggerty's martial arts school back in Del City. Master Jack Wong, all the Man, all the big bad boys, man. They'll all be 100 now. Chuck Norris is like 80 something, man.
Yeah.
Still kicking though. Still kicking.
Yeah.
So what were you saying about the movie? Did you go see the movie?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I went to go see the movie.
I thought that movie was historically really awesome. It made me sad though, to see the hell black folks have been through. It made me really sad. I always hate those Mississippi Delta movies, man. Where you got the people living in a shack where you can see the outside from inside,
Mhm.
Used to be on I-40 when you were driving across I-40 and you hit the Delta plains there in Tennessee, you could see shacks on the side of the road. You looking off I-40, you could look over and see shacks with people living in them that you could actually see the daylight, the holes in, like they had a single wooden home. These were sharecropper people. And you could actually used to be able to see that. I don't think those homes are there anymore, but I can always remember coming over that bridge as you're coming into Little Rock, Arkansas. Right, there's this big, huge bridge you drive up that's way up in the air, and then as you're coming down onto like that Delta, and you could just look over to your right and see all those homes over there with people picking cotton and stuff. It was
From Little Rock to Memphis.
yeah. From Memphis from Little Rock to Memphis, that area.
Yeah.
It was surreal, man. It was, especially in my early days in the military, like in the 80s, you could still see that people, little kids out there running half naked, and folks actually out there in them fields picking cotton, like
in the 80s.
In the 80s, yeah, in the 80s and 90s, you could see that as you were driving across the country. Whereas most of the country had progressed over there in that Mississippi Delta, it had not.
Yeah, you had sharecroppers up into the 80s. We went on our men and women who loved, not men and women who love, Reefer K. Solo's event last October. Went to Louisiana. We went to a plantation and listening to the recordings. The guy was talking about, in 81. I said, 81?
Mm-hmm.
I said, God, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I'm talking 87, 88, 89.
Right. But I'm just saying that recording, the guy was talking about something that happened in 81 and 82. And I was shocked at that. So
yeah. So that was
Ride with a Purpose, Ocean City, not New Jersey, Ocean City, Maryland.
I really like that movie, Sinners. It took a little spin when it went to the vampire stuff, but that was cool too. I like vampire movies. I love vampire movies. Zombie movies are my favorite. My zombie trilogy is getting ready to come out, my friends. I found a graphic artist, and we are doing my zombie graphic artists, or my zombie graphic novels, where the Mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation versus The Walking Dead. Oh, it's going to be sick.
You going to be running them over on bikes, though? Are the motorcycles going to be in it?
Yeah, the motorcycles. Okay. It's a biker club fighting zombies, man. It's going to be sick.
That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be sick. It's an adult graphic novel, too, so people are going to be dying, heads cut off. Oh, it's going to be sick, man.
Wow.
I finally found an artist after 10 years looking. So, yeah. Anyway, that was that, man. Anything more? Somebody.
I want to talk about my weekend. We had.
Bolo said, I'm originally from Mississippi. The cotton fields are eerie.
Yeah.
They are, man. And you know something? If you're from Mississippi, hey, Vernon, my family's from Mississippi, Canton, Mississippi. And that is I've got those fields, especially at night, are really creepy and eerie. I kind of grew up and they had all kinds of cornfield and cotton field horror stories and stuff. Yeah. So that's interesting, Vernon. that you're from Mississippi. Okay, now your weekend. What was your weekend like, man?
So we had Curves and her ladies on, and prayerfully we gonna bring them back on. They said they're ready to come back on to do that other episode we was talking about. But I went to Kicking It with the Bells this past weekend in Alabama. Man, when I'm telling you, those ladies for their first public event, because they normally just stick with themselves, we had a great time. We went to the Barber Vintage Motorsport Museum. That's the first stop. And they had a racetrack, and they allowed us to put our bikes on the track. Oh my gosh, dude. I have my GoPro. I'm still uploading my video. I see other people put their videos on Facebook. We went around that track 3 times. And we had a pace car. We didn't just go out by ourselves. They had a pace car.
Wow. Okay.
Had a pace car. And he took us around. They had cones. We went around. I said, I wish I would have brought my V-Ride out here, but I had to roll glide. But I still was trying to lean that joker, right?
Oh my goodness. I've never been on a race.
Not
track.
that many people have. That's why I gotta throw it up to Bessie Bell's Riding Club. They showed their behinds this weekend. Then we took from that ride, we took another 100-mile ride to I'm reading here. It's called the that's the track. Where is it at? It was like, it's not a plantation. Here it is. Barber Museum, and we went to the Legacy Museum. The Legacy Museum out in Birmingham.
Yes.
We went there and we couldn't take pictures on the inside. But I've been to like a plantation before. I've been to Slaves Haven and everything. But that place right there was another place where you saw the slaves and how we were treated there. And one thing that I'm gonna write up, couldn't take a picture of. I was looking at a thing where they had the slaves and chains and everything, but they was connected to this big old piece of metal. And the guy was like, yeah, it's sad that this is the seal that they were shipped in. And I'm looking at him, didn't know what he's talking about. He kept pointing at it. So I walked around, and the seal was the same seal that's on our dollar. He said that was the seal, the shipping seal to ship slaves from Africa. And it's on our dollar. It's the eagle with the I said, and I couldn't take a picture of it.
Why couldn't you? Why?
In that place, there was only 3 locations in that area that they allowed you to take pictures, but the rest of they didn't want you. They just didn't want you to take pictures. So that's the rule. So okay.
Yeah.
But when we went to last year,
I'm sorry. I need a picture of this. I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah, the one we went to last year, the plantation in Louisiana, when we rode out there, we took pictures all the way through, and I did articles and stuff like that. But the ride, Bessie Bell's, they did their thing. We rode, and then they closed out, went out to the Oyster Bar, and had a awesome time. So yeah, I had hands up, hands clapped, praises to the Bessie Bell's Riding Club.
And you're gonna have some video and some pictures for us?
I'm still uploading them.
Or is that just gonna be for your channel? You're not
sure? No. I'm still uploading because I didn't do it. When I got back, I told you my ride back was like, yeah. And I got back, I just started uploading from my phone to my computer, and everything is organized. And in the background, I use Adobe stuff for Lightroom to organize all my photos and videos and everything. So,
you actually do use Lightroom?
I got the whole Adobe set. I got the whole Adobe
Lightroom. I've never even turned it on. So,
oh man, I got over 49,000 pictures.
Do you use the cloud?
Yep. When I tell people, like, hit my phone, when I take pictures on my phone, as soon as I open up Lightroom on my phone, it snatches the pictures off my phone, put them in the cloud. As soon as I come to my computer and open up Lightroom, it brings them out of the cloud down to my external drive, where I keep all my videos and photos.
Yeah, I don't want them to have all my pictures up on the cloud. Some of that stuff be ugly, unable to unsee.
But no one they can get to it, but no one really can get to it. It's just the way when you ride in Lavish, I know, because you take a lot of videos when you go out to your locations. If you have limited storage, you need to get in, but you still taking videos and still taking pictures, you need to get it off your phone or get it off your camera. My GoPro, when I plug it in, it automatically takes the videos off my GoPro, put it in the cloud. So now I can still record.
Hey, what's up, Ghost Eagle? We see you, man.
Can't hear you, Lavish.
I said I lost some video footage like that before. So when I do travel, I try to make sure I got my computer and my hard drive. I don't have a cloud per se, but as soon as I when I was at the Proc, I would go back to the room and I will upload the footage to my hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the night, just in case anything goes wrong.
Right.
I don't want to lose everything. I want to have, you know, something, because I did something before, man. I don't know how I corrupted the file. I recorded the event. I looked at some of the videos, and then next thing you know, I tried to upload it like a few days later, man, and the file was corrupted. And I actually had to go do a DNA thing, man. It was $250.
Yes. And that's cheap.
Yeah. It was $250. Then I had another time when I first started off. I let a guy use my hard drive to edit my video, and when I got my hard drive back, it didn't work, and I had to send the hard drive back to the manufacturer. It was under warranty and everything like that, and they gave me another hard drive, and they had to do a whole DNA thing, man. So yeah, I try to take all that stuff off as soon as possible, man.
Yeah.
Backups are the answer, man. Backups.
And I got a guy who backs up on 2 different hard drives.
I do. I was just about to say that. I have 2. Like my computer. Well, I'm a techie, so on my main computer, there's nothing stored on my main computer but the applications. All my files are on 2 different external hard drives.
See, I gotta get to that.
Yeah.
When I get my new computer,
You need to get to that fast, man.
Yeah.
Quick, fast,
Because when these
quick.
computers crash, and they will.
And
No,
they
I
will.
have my stuff on a hard drive, but I got stuff on my computer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I know, like, some of my DJ friends, they like, listen, only thing I have on my computer is just the apps to run everything.
Yep.
I got a hard drive for this, I got a hard drive for that.
Yep.
My movie guys that's doing a lot of these Tubi movies, they have these other external hard drives.
Mhm.
And like I said, like you just said, you know, people are copying everything to 2 different hard drives. Just, hey, if this one goes down, I got that one. And
Mhm.
one of them goes down, then I'll take the one that has the backup and I'll upload all that to another one just in case. And it's guys, I know guys that got hard drives for different years. 2020,
I ain't go that far.
2021. But they're really doing this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we're doing stuff. but
having
they're
hard
really
drive
doing
sitting
it.
around your house is the worst way to go. You need to be on the cloud, period, end of story. Cloud. Because hard drives are, if you're going to really do it, like when I was in data systems and I was a network engineer and all that stuff. So if you're going to have stuff on hard drives, the way that it's properly done is you have a hard drive on site, and then you have another hard drive off site located in a building, a bomb-proof building somewhere. And we used to have people that would come get our hard drives and take them there. So you really need you need redundancy. You need a hard drive at your house, a hard drive in your storage location, a hard drive at your mama's house. I mean, if you're going to do hard drive, that's how hard drive should be. Or you pay for the cloud and they do all that. But it's man-made. Anything can go bust, I would imagine.
Yeah. Just, you know what you do, Levy? Just go ahead and organize all your stuff. Get Dropbox, pay that little fee, and let it automatically back up.
I was looking at that, and I got something on that Dropbox. I don't know how to work that thing, man. As easy as it might be.
Call your brother. Call your brother up. I'll help you out.
And I know people were sending stuff through Dropbox from one person, because I got, one of my problems is when I upload my videos, my files are so large that I tell people, some people that's not into the video stuff, they think I'm being funny, like I just don't want to give it to them. And I'm like, listen, I can't transfer my files like that. The best thing I can do is give it to you on an SD card, flash drive, or AirDrop it from my phone. Me trying to send it to you, and then even when you try to convert it down through Google, it just takes forever. So I don't even do it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we talked about quite a bit this morning.
Yes, sir.
What do we got? Yeah, an hour and 15 minutes. It's time to go.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to get out of here anyway, man. I got to start my day. Unlike you two gentlemen, man, I've really got to still work, man. I'm not really like retirement status or anything like that. So
I'm not retired. I just took the day off. I always take the day off after I get off the road.
That's right. That's right.
I don't have the luxuries to say, hey, I'm going to take the day off.
I don't come back on Sunday. That's we need to talk about long distance.
I always leave on Mondays.
I don't come back on Sunday. I always leave on Monday. I take Sunday off, and I might not come back on Monday. Like when we used to roll from here to San Diego on the cold ass run to the Mother chapter.
Had to be 20 years ago. Had to be, but carry on.
Over the past 20 years, we went every
I knew
year.
It was up there.
Yeah, we've always gone every year. Don't play with me, youngin'.
I'm just saying, man, you ain't been on a motorcycle, so back in the day.
The rumor is you haven't been on a motorcycle. You fly everywhere, so I wouldn't do that if I was you. One thing you damn sure can't do is ride with me. I can't wait till you get your shoulder fixed so we can just go on ahead and, put you on down.
This guy ain't been on a motorcycle in 5 years.
Yeah, but if I started riding backwards right now for the next 10 years, you still couldn't catch me.
I don't know about all that stuff.
Backwards.
Since I've been riding since I was 5, and you started at.
We better get off.
I started riding mini bikes at 9 years old. Man, I was on a mini bike.
Okay,
Montgomery Ward mini bike, man.
Years younger than I am, so I could ride
motor on that thing, man.
For the next 15 years, and you still would not have caught it. I got more time backing up to the curb and putting my kickstand down than you got riding forward.
Matter of the shooting. Suni Ingram, we talked about the subject matter when we first got on for extensive long time.
Did we miss something? Somebody said something?
Yeah, right. What's on your screen?
Oh, stop the BS and talk about the subject matter of the shooting. Well, we did, and we announced when we announced about 15 minutes ago that was the recording of the shoot. We talked about the story and said, okay, now we're done talking about the story. We're BSing now.
Yeah. And Black Dragon is full of that stuff. Till you get on that motorcycle, till you get that bike to that gas station that's down the street behind the furniture store on the left in Tucker, Georgia. Then you know what I'm saying, man.
You know where it is. That is ugly.
Man, I'm out of here, man. I got work orders to complete, man. So
all right, Commissioner.
Check out y'all tomorrow. Yes, sir.
That's Logic's new T-shirt. Keep it logical, and you guys can get Logic at Keep It Logical on YouTube, and you can get Lavish at Lavish T Williams on YouTube. And we'd really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to us. The subscription is the number one metric in YouTube to know that we're doing well, and also the like button is also the number one metric in YouTube to make sure the channel's doing well. For those of you who are tuned in for the show, you're just now tuning in, please scroll back as we stop talking about the actual news program about 20 minutes ago. So the news program is in the first 50 minutes of the show where we talked about that. So scroll back and go check that out and get that story. And let's see what else. Make sure to stop by the Dragon's Lair tomorrow night, 3393 Lawrenceville Highway, Tucker, Georgia, the Black Dragon's Lair. Here, where Lavish has been and was running his mouth about a few minutes ago. Check us out there. Come over and hang out with us. Have a beer or something, or a soda pop or something. Just come hang out with Black Dragon, and we'd love to smoke a cigar with you, or whatever the case may be. So Tuesday night, Black Dragon's Lair. Come hang out and have some fun. Also, make sure to get my brand new book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, available at blackdragonsgear.com, Amazon, and Kindle. So make sure to get your copy. We'd appreciate it if you did. Help support the book. Get the book. All right, Logic Man. I appreciate you as always.
Blessings on you, bro.
All right, Reverend
Logic.
And, Dr. Logic. Wow. Dr. Logic Octavius Turner.
No, it's not Octavius.
Take care, man. Peace.
Right. Peace.
All right, y'all. And I'm Black Dragon. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's my 2 cents. I would love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Ro? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes on. So, when percenters get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the set can be volatile. It can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So, as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG. Bonafide, certified, a true MC. The biker boys. The biker boys. It's in the house, most definitely. Blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon's Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his Prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon. I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.